everyone, welcome back on my channel. I'm Alexa and today's video will be about food. Trigger warning, this is gonna be so good. Today's video will not be a recipe. It's not about a recipe or a comparison within the Western and the Asian food. This is more a video about a reflection of the Asian cuisine, the Asian way of appreciating food, and some meanings you might never have noticed before. Let's start from the beginning. The most evident difference, the cutlery. In Europe, in America, we all use forks, spoons, and knives. But Asians are so famous because they use chopsticks. And chopsticks, let me tell you, it's an art. So if you can eat with chopsticks, great job. Now let's reflect about chopsticks and our cutlery. Usually we take huge bites, huge pieces of food with the fork and the spoon, which is great because we eat a lot. It's really easy for Asians to be slim in the condition that if you take small bites, you actually get full earlier than eating with huge bites. But it's not about a diet video, so let's not worry about that. Let's instead appreciate chopsticks for their essence. If you can appreciate the huge amount of food you can take with a spoon or a fork, you should actually appreciate chopsticks as well. Why? Because you can take the smallest fragment of food in your dish, in your plate, and waste nothing. It's not something that you should ignore. It's of course a good thing to eat a lot, but not wasting food is even more admirable. Once we consider that, chopsticks actually can highlight the food, the smallest piece, the smallest fragment of food. Have you ever also noticed the shape? Chopsticks are so similar to toothpick. Toothpicks are so small and useful, they go directly to the food, so it's easier for you to pick it and eat it. If you reflect about that, actually toothpicks and chopsticks are pointing the food. You are not going there violently. Chopsticks are actually gentle with a simple movement. A movement that will never be violent or aggressive towards the food. Because let's be honest, it's so hard to grab something violently with the chopsticks without losing them. The chopsticks can actually grab gently the food and bring it to your mouth. You can always stick your food with the fork, but actually it's hard to do that with the chopsticks. Their basic function is to draw the food, to take it without cutting it. If not intentionally, of course. In the chopstick case, it's more pinching the food instead of sticking as a fork can do. Of course, you can also use the chopsticks instead of a knife. But in the case of the knife is cutting right through the piece of meat. Instead, the chopsticks are dividing one piece into two smaller parts. If you think about this, don't you see more elegance, more kindness? Well, this is maybe the reason why Asians appear to be so gentle and so respectful of the food. Might not be so, but it's what it seems like. This is why we find fascinating to see how they gently eat and respect their dinner. In this way, the food is not seen like a prey anymore. It's more something that you transfer from the dish directly to your mouth. Now let's move to the cooking part, the most exciting one. As you all know, in the French cuisine, the Italian cuisine, in America, in every part of this world, salt and pepper is the base for a good dish. You can always add more pepper to your ramen, but generally when you go to the restaurant, you will not find salt and pepper on the table. More likely pepper, but not salt. As you all know, we Westerners use a lot of salt and pepper in our dishes because we want to balance the food to our taste. Of course, in Asia they have spices as well. You will find other sorts of condiments, alternative condiments like soy sauce, galangal, chili flakes, really hot Korean chili flakes, or Sichuan peppers, ginger, MSG, sambal, or rendang. So don't worry, salt and pepper is not that necessary. But for the Japanese more specific case, they don't really give this much addition of condiments and flavors. Why? Because actually the Japanese want to highlight the natural taste of food. They find harmony, they find beauty into the original flavor of each ingredient. If you think about the tea ceremony, you can also find a ceremony in each preparation of the food. Starting with the ramen, which seems so easy to make, but it takes so many hours to prepare each ingredient separately, and then unite them into an amazing flavor and an amazing dish. And you can notice this amazing respect when you go to a sushi place. Sushi is not the Chinese version you can find at all you can eat in your town, but the original sushi master that prepares the sushi and cut it with harmony. You can find this harmony and respect for the ingredients also in the preparation. Think about the gestures, the aggressive way you chop, you cook, you fry, you stir, you mash all your ingredients into delicious foods. That foods you used to eat since you're a child. And then observe how Japanese treat the food when they are cutting it, when they are gently frying it. And while cooking, they also use chopsticks. Longer chopsticks that are really useful to keep the distance from the flames. It's not about mixing everything in a pan, it's trying to combine the ingredients to each other kindly. I know it seems so difficult to cook eggs with chopsticks, but it's not. You're mixing the eggs and then you're just flipping from one side to another with chopsticks. It's like highlighting the color and the flavor of food instead of just smashing all the ingredients together. The Asian cuisine, the Japanese cuisine give importance to each single ingredient, giving to each one of them flavor, texture, color. It's like finding harmony and peace into a dish. Last thing to notice is also the table. When you sit at the table ready to eat, you will notice that there are so many small dishes on the table. It's not one single dish or a menu. Generally, we sit at the table and have one dish in front of us, and then maybe comes the next one. In the Asian case, it's different. You have on the table many different plates. The rice bowl, other side dishes around. It's not something that is more important, like the meat more important than the vegetables. It's eating from different plates and giving the same importance to each single plate you have. So it's just a cultural difference that you will notice. That doesn't mean our food or their food is more important. That means just that this video is meant to let you understand some differences. We should notice and appreciate and grow from these differences and learn from these differences. This video is just for fun, just to let you know some details about a different culture that you might have noticed or not. And subscribe to my channel for more contents, of course. I really like to do these videos for you. I'm not criticizing anyone. I just want to let you know what I think or notice and learn together. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye. I want